Well, hey guys, this morning I'm going to be showing you guys one of the several ways that you can actually teach your dog how to track. What you're going to see me do is I'm going to lay a circle track. So in the track, what's going to happen is I'm going to start off with my scent pad, and I'm going to mark my scent pad with this flag. I'm going to put the flag down here between myself and the camera. And when I put it down, I'm going to begin to lay scent, okay? And that's going to be the scent coming off of my body. What I'm really going to be measuring is where my footsteps are falling. Now, as I'm putting my footsteps down, I've also got Gabby's morning meal here, and I'm going to take that meal and I'm going to put the food specifically into where the steps are. I want to take a lot of care not to get the food outside of those footsteps, because that's not the association that I want to make. The association that I want to make to my dog this morning is to keep her nose down and to follow my footsteps in a circular fashion. So what's going to happen is there's going to be an area of scent in a circle that I want the dog to follow, and then there's going to be a void area where there's no scent at all in the center, and then another void area on the outside where I don't want any scent. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the scent track now. You guys sit back, enjoy, and watch. One of the things I'm going to do here is, you see me getting ready, I'm going to jump in to kind of create a little gap of where I want my dog to actually track. So I'll take a jump, and there where I land, that's going to become my scent pad. So here I'm dropping the flag down, and I'm going to put a good size scent pad here for Gabby to get started. So we're going to lay that on nice and thick for her. And so now I'm going to bring my food up to the front, and I want to take some care here to make sure that I only drop food in the area that I've actually stepped in. You know, some of the mistakes would be to drop the food carelessly outside of this area. So I'm going to drop a couple of balls of food here as I'm doing this to kind of help my dog understand that this is the behavior that I'm wanting, and then using the food to reinforce it. So now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to work around in that circle to make sure to teach her what it is that I'm after this morning. I'm going to go ahead and ball up a little bit of food here in my hand, and I'm going to begin to make my way. I think what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to put a piece of food in about every 5 steps or so. So here I'm going to come to the edge of the scent pad, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop a piece of food there, and go 5 more, and see how good my circle turns out. I've got about 2 cups of food here with me this morning to kind of get this process started. I want to take lots of care with the food as to not drop any where I don't intend for it to be. Some people argue about the stomping, how heavy you stomp into the track. I don't really mind stomping all that heavily, especially if I'm trying to help the dog to understand what it is that I'm after. Little technique that I do with my foot here is, as I lay the step, I'll peel back my foot, kind of stand up on the edge like that, and then I'll drop the food into the footstep, so the dog knows, you know, what it is that I'm, so the dog is inside there and I'm not coming out too much. So you see here, I'm in that step, peel my foot back into the heel, and then drop the piece of food right there. Dropped a little piece of food outside of the track, so I'm going to pick that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How am I doing on my circle? Am I keeping it pretty tight or not so much? We'll find out when I come back and watch this video. So you can see the scent pad in sight. I'm getting closer to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll keep this last little leg straight away for the dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something else I like to do, I'm a little particular about it, is when I'm coming back in, I try to line up where my flag is and have it end that way. And this will probably be about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So back to the track. I can see the area that I disturbed right here. I'm at the edge of it. I'm going to put one more little piece here, kind of connecting all this scent together. There we go. Now that I'm back in here, I'm going to take that jump off, and I've got my circle track. Some mornings you can see the dew out here. It's pretty foggy out here, but you can see the dew where you actually tracked. I don't get the benefit of that today, so I will have to pay particular attention to my dog's behavior, making sure that she's, down with her nose down. I'm going to be particularly close to her today, just to make sure that, whenever she does go off track, if she goes a little too far, that I can put a boundary there to help guide her back in. All right, well, we'll be back with Gabby in just a moment. All right, guys, we're back. I've got Gabby now, and I'm going to bring her onto the field. I am going to be letting her sniff as we get out there to kind of get her nostrils just ready to bring in all this air. I'm going to grab her right before I get to the flag, and then I'm going to give her the command to look for the scent, and then we're going to work her. Okay, hope you guys enjoy. Walk. All right, so we're coming up on the scent pad. She's already starting to track. I've got her here. I'm going to get her right before it, and now I'm going to give her a command. Find. There's her command. And now I'm going to be watching her behaviors as we're doing this. I am going to put a little bit of a block on this side to bias her to begin to move this way in the direction of the track. I don't mind her checking a little bit. I actually want her to check to become aware. And now I am going to influence her to come over this way. As much as possible, I want to try to keep the line slack. I want to try to keep it slack to really make the tracking based on her nose. But you do have to pay attention as you're doing this to make sure they're not getting too far off a track and they're actually following the thing that you want them to follow. She's doing a pretty good job so far. So here, I'm going to go quiet for a few minutes just to concentrate on her. Good girl. Good dog. Good girl. Sometimes as you're doing this, you may lose sight of the track, but if you set a nice foundation, your dog's behavior should predict if it's following on there. So what I'm doing is I'm watching this, trying to keep my line slack, and I'm trying to find those pieces of food that I dropped so that way I can navigate my way through this as well. Good girl. Good dog. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Good girl. I'm going to try to keep it real calm with my voice. Good girl. Good dog. Good girl. All right, and that's just about it. I'm going to give her a down command here on the scent. Flats. Didn't work out exactly the way I like, but flats. Good. Just want her to get used to being in a down. We are going to be incorporating an article here before long. The article is the object that she has to find that has my scent on there. And when she gets there, I do want her to do the down. Well guys, I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, give us a thumbs up, and even better yet, give us a subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. All right guys, take care. Bye.